Hey guys, it's Jen here from Nails by Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review video of the Madam Glam gel paints kit. I finally received this and I'm super excited to test them out for you guys. So if this is something you're interested in, stick around, keep watching. As always, don't forget to click that like and subscribe for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below and let's get started. Alright guys, so here it is. It comes packaged so nicely in this little matte box. You can see I've gotten some cuticle oil on it from touching it. But it is a really nice box. It says highly pigmented, no wipe gel paints, perfect for all kinds of designs and techniques. And it tells you right on the box, the product must be cured in LED light for 1 minute or UV lights for 2 minutes. So you get 12 colors. I love that they have this array of colors instead of just basically your primary colors like white, black, red, blue, yellow, and what are the primaries? Those are the primaries. White, black, red, blue, and yellow would be the primary colors. And then the silver and gold would have been a nice addition, but I really love that they also added purple, brown, green, and pink. So you don't have to mix to make those colors if you need them. They're very popular colors. So I love that there's all 12 of them in here. I have opened them. I actually have tried out the black one on a client because I really wanted to see how it applies. I'll post a picture somewhere in here for you guys to see how it worked out, and I absolutely loved it, you guys. They went on so thinly. I did do 2 coats just to make sure everything was covered really well, and they are very adamant that when you are applying them, you need to apply them in extremely thin layers because they are so pigmented. So basically what I have done is I have gone through and taken off the seal that they have. So I've just left a ledge because I was kind of mentioning in another video a while back, or maybe it was just on Instagram, if there were any jars that had a lip inside so we could kind of scrape our brush, and several people said that if you get a metal seal like this that you can just cut that lip and leave it. So that's what I've done on all 12 of them, and I've basically just kept the little pieces from the lip or from the seal. I'm going to close this up and show you over on the side, except for the black one because I've already used the black one. So I'm going to swatch them all for you guys so that you can see how pigmented they are, how nicely they go on. I'm also going to show you them in the jar just so you can see a really good, you know, close-up view of what they look like in the jar. So let's get into swatching these colors. All right, so I'm going to start off by going in the order that they are placed in the package. So I'm going to start off with the white, and it comes, they're very pigmented, you guys. So I'm going to be using a few different brushes to apply them. Now, Madam Glam does have a new brush set, but I did not purchase it because, you guys, as much of a brush whore as I am, I have enough brushes. I'm actually going to be filming a video today, finally using some of my new brushes that have been sitting here for months that I haven't used or demoed for you guys. But for today, I am going to be using my Fusion brushes. So I have these 2 here, which are part of a collection. I don't remember what it's called. What does it say on the side here? It says Where Beauty Meets Technology. So there are 3 different brushes to this collection. One of them is this one with the black crystals inside. One of them is this one with the clear crystals. And then there's another one that has black and clear crystals mixed. So there, this one here says it's a color number 6. And then this one is a clear number 6, and I believe the other one might say white number 6. I'm not sure, but the reason that I purchased these ones is so that I would have one for white and one for black, and that is it. And that was the whole premise behind this collection, was to create gel polish brushes, one for white, one for clear, I believe, and one for black. So, or one for color, one for clear, and maybe one for white. I don't know what the other one is. I will post an image here of all 3 of them for you guys. I do really like these ones, but I love these ones. These are my oval number 2 brushes. So I have kind of designated these, as you can see, for sort of like blues, greens, teals, yellows, I guess you would say, that kind of color scheme over on this side. or maybe I do the yellow with this one. I think I do the yellow with this one. And on this side, I do like reds, pinks, oranges, and yellows. So I really love these brushes so, so, so much. They're both very, very good brushes. One of them, these ones here from the collection are definitely bigger. That you will see that the head on them is a lot larger, but they're both very, very thin. They're quite thin and they do work really, really well. So let me finally get into swatching. I just wanted to go over that with you guys. So I'm going to use this one here because this is the brush that I designate for white. Now I'm not going to dip into the jar because I have those little pieces of the seal on the side. I'm actually just going to scrape the color off of the seal on the side so I'm not wasting it. And then whatever's left on the seal, I am going to scrape off and put into the jar because this stuff is amazing and I'm not trying to waste it. So one thing that I will say when you are working on your nails is you want to make sure that you have a fairly smooth surface. So when I did the black nails, I'll post that photo here for you guys finally. When I did those nails with the black, I did my nail in acrylic, which I'm an acrylic tech, so I built my nails in acrylic, and then I filed them with my 100 grit file from En Vogue, and then I went in and I buffed them, and I believe my buffers are a 100 grit buffer. I think they're 100, or no, maybe they're 180. I can't remember. They're just like the white blocks that you get. I get them from the Pink Chair, and I buffed with that, and I found that it really helped to create a nice smooth color, because if you have a lot of texture from your filing, these gel paints are so thinly applied that you will see that texture through the application of the gel polish or the gel paint, even if you do 2 coats. So you want to make sure that you buff it, but don't, on the other hand, you don't want to buff it too much, because if you do make it too smooth, then the gel paints, in my opinion, I feel like they might chip. I'm not sure because I have not had that client come back yet. I don't know about the wearability yet. I cannot speak on that yet for you guys. But if you buff a nail way too smooth, then the gel will not stick very well and it will chip. So there's kind of a fine line. I don't over buff it till it's just perfectly smooth. I just buff it to kind of get some of those ridges out, so when I apply the gel paint, it goes on nice and smooth. I hope that that makes sense for you guys. I know that I speak a lot in my videos. I just really try to explain things as well as I can for you. But if you have any questions or anything like that, just put them in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you how pigmented these are. They are so pigmented. Oops, I just touched my hand. Hang on one second here. So I don't want to hold it over the paper towel because it might be a little harder to see, but they are so pigmented. Look at how thin, like super thin. So now, of course, you can see the brush strokes in it, right? Because it goes on so thinly. Now, I have not buffed these tips or anything like that, but that is like the thinnest. You can't even see it. Like there's no consistency, like thickness to that whatsoever. It is so thin. So I'm going to get that into the light and cure that for a full minute, and then I'm going to do a second coat for you guys. So gel paints have become so popular. It seems like every company now is coming out with gel paints. Ginger actually just did a video on these as well, and I know that she spoke a little bit about them, comparing them to the Ugly Duckling gel paints. So if you have the Ugly Duckling ones, or if you're interested in purchasing the Ugly Duckling ones and you kind of wanted a comparison, head over to Ginger's channel and check out her video. I will link her channel below for you because I can't remember everything that she said in the video. I did watch it, but I just don't remember everything she said. But yeah, if you're looking for a comparison to the Ugly Duckling ones, definitely check her video out. All right, guys, so that is 1 minute cured. And I'm just going to go in with my second coat here. And again, you will just see it sort of darken up. It is crazy how pigmented these are. It is wild. And you know, we're always looking for products that help us to keep the shape. There's nothing worse than when you do a phenomenal shape particularly if you do like an amazing short square nail or long square nail and you have that super sharp edge that we all love and hate to get rid of when our clients ask us to round the corners. But when we do a gel paint like this that we can do so thinly, if you have a client who lets you keep those sharp corners, these are the products that allow that shape to stay where it is. It doesn't get thick on the corners, it doesn't get thick on the edges. You really are able to keep the shape when you're using gel paints because they are so thinly applied. Okay, so that is coat number 2. I'm going to stick that in the light. As you can see, no transparency. They are very opaque. So I'm going to stick that in the light and cure that. All right, so the next one I'm going to do is the black one. And as I mentioned, I don't have the little seal from this one because I've already used it. So I'm going to grab my swatch stick and my designated black brush. And again, you do not need very much. So instead of wiping it on the side over here, I'm going to wipe it on this little lip that I created to remove the excess. And I'm hoping that that'll really help to keep the jars a lot cleaner and not have, you know, gunk and gel all around the edge of the bottle, or the jar, excuse me. So again, you can see I don't have very much on there at all. And wait till you see this, you guys. Like, it is just crazy to me how pigmented these products are. And even when I applied it to the client's nail, now keep in mind the client's nail was buffed, so it gripped the product a little bit more than what these swatch sticks are doing because these swatch sticks are so smooth. And you know, there's a, oh, I can see like a little fuzzy or something in there. Let's see if I can get that out. It's like the most annoying thing when you get like a nice application and then there's a little fuzz ball. All right, so that is coat number 1. Quite pigmented, but again, I'm going to apply these in extremely thin layers. This is not a product, guys, that you want to muck about trying to apply one layer and just curing one layer. It will not cure properly. It is far too pigmented. You absolutely have to do 2 thin layers. Do not try to skip it because it won't cure well. Now again, as mentioned on the lid of the box, they do cure tack-free, so they are completely tack-free. There's no stick to them whatsoever. Now I'm going to go in and add my second layer, and this is where it just solidifies and makes that color super opaque. I just can't get over how thin they are. It is crazy to me. This is my first time using like a gel paint to actually full cover a nail instead of just using my little, like I have my little Born Pretty ones that I've used and I use those for drawing nail art, but I've never actually used gel paints to fully cover a nail and just actually paint the nail. So that is our second coat. As you can see, totally opaque, no shadowing, no see-through, paper thin. I mean, it's thinner than paper. I don't even know. It's just so stinking thin. So I'm going to get that in the light and we're going to move on to the next color. All right, so the next color is red. And I love that they have all of the little color, you know, swatches sort of on the top of the lid so you know exactly what color they are. And this is a beautiful primary red. I have a gel polish called Mother Chucker. Let me grab it from Madam Glam. And I also have this one here called Perfect Red. So Mother Chucker from Madam Glam is my all-time favorite red from Madam Glam. I used to use Ugly Ducklings number 47. I still have a jar of it. And it was my favorite red forever. I still love it. I would say it's probably still my number 1 red, but then Mother Chucker would be very close. They are almost identical in color. It's a really, it looks almost pink on the brush, but it's really not. It is just a perfect red. There's a little bit of a, I would say like a cherry red to it, whereas Perfect Red is like your primary red. I would say it's got a little more on the orange tone to it. Now this red from the gel paints is, I would say, an exact primary red. If you were looking for the primary colors on a color wheel, that is what these colors are. So I would say that the red gel paint is kind of like these two mixed. It's a perfect red, even though this one's called Perfect Red. Okay, so same thing here. I just went in and grabbed the gel paint that's on the little piece of the seal that I took off and have on the side. So let's put this color on and see what it is like. Look at that. You guys, I am applying these, I cannot say it enough, so thinly. You know what? This red, you might even be able to get away with one coat of the red because it covers 100%. The white and the black, they did shadow slightly when I applied the first coat. There's a little bit of shadowing here, so you know, you might be able to get away with one coat, very thin, of this red one. I know I'm contradicting what I just said, but what I'm saying is basically do not do one coat unless you can cover it completely. I would still do 2 coats because just up here in that little area there is a little bit of shadowing, but in a pinch you probably could get away with one extremely thin coat. So either way, if you apply 1 coat or you apply 2 coats, you just have to make sure that they are the very thinnest coats you can apply. Super pigmented, love that. All right guys, so here we are going to go in with our second coat. This first coat covered nearly perfectly on this red one. So again, like I said, you could probably get away with the 1 coat, but I would just go back in with this very thin. I mean, I've barely got any product on this brush to add this second coat. It's just basically fine-tuning those little tiny areas that had a bit of shadowing, and that is it. I'm going to get that into the light. All right guys, so the next one I'm going to work with is the blue, and it is a very primary cobalt blue. Now I can see in this one that there is a little bit of the color separating, so I am going to grab my little stir stick here and give it a little zhuzh, because I can just see that some of that pigment you can see here as I'm swirling it, the pigment may not be mixed in there, or may not be mixed in there. Try to use proper grammar, Jennifer. And then I'm just gonna scrape it up the side there of my little lip that I created, and grab my swatch stick. So now this one I'm not dipping into the jar either, but I just wanted to show you that the color can separate with these ones, just like every other kind of gel polish or gel paint that we have used in the past. And let's paint this on. Same thing, very thin. Yeah, you guys, I feel like this one as well is going on so nicely. Again, you might be able to get away with that 1 coat coverage. I actually don't see any shadowing whatsoever, and it is on paper thin. So I think I might just do 1 coat with this one because I don't see, I don't see any shadowing. This is definitely 1 coat coverage. Absolutely, I'm going to cure that for you guys. So I am top coating them, and I'm actually just using this. I mentioned it in one of my other videos. I just purchased this random gel polish top coat. It's a no wipe top coat from eBay. I would not use this on clients, but I don't like wasting my good top coats when I'm doing videos. So I literally just purchased it for videos, and yeah, it works really well. I think it was, I don't even remember, $4. I can't even remember. It was so cheap. That's why I wanted to do it. And I just bought this little bottle, but I might buy another larger bottle if I can, because I'm really enjoying doing that with videos and not wasting my top coat. I do want to get a matte one as well, so I also don't waste my matte top coat. I just noticed there's like a little bubble there or something, but I'm going to just cover that up and get that in the light as well. Alright guys, so next we have the green, and again it is a very nice primary green, and I am going to assume that the way that the blue and the red have applied, that the green one will be that way as well. So I may be able to get away with just 1 coat coverage. We shall see here as I grab a little bit off of that little piece of metal sealant. Sorry, I was just having a brain fart. So now you can see that there is blue gel polish here, right, coming through the brush. So when that happens, all you do is you turn your brush over and you wipe it on your paper towel. And then you just go back in, and what's going to happen is that green color will continue to push the blue out. And this is how, like, I don't clean my brush necessarily in between every you know, color of nail that I'm doing. Again, here we go. See, some more blue has transpired there. Wipe it off. So I will say with the green, you're gonna need 2 coats for sure. It's not covering quite as perfectly as the red and the blue did. There is a little bit of shadowing, just slightly. So 2 coats will be necessary for that one. All right, so here we are going in with our second coat. And it'll just fine tune and finish off that green very nicely. Just gonna wipe that blue. And again, this second coat is very thin. And there's beautiful coverage on that one as well. Super nice. Okay, so next we have the purple. And it's a really nice purple. I think that this is close. Let me see if it is, how it is compared to Office Gossip. So if you have Office Gossip, yeah, they're like identical. So I would say if you have Office Gossip from Madam Glam, they are nearly identical. I would say they are pretty much exactly the same color. So really nice purple. So let's get that onto our swatch stick and see if we need 2 coats. I'm going to say we probably will need 2 coats on this one. Yeah, because it does just do a little bit of that shadowing when you apply it so thin. So far, I would say the red and the blue, you could get away with 1 extremely thin coat. And the black, the white, the purple, and the green, and I just have a little fuzzy in there I can see. Let me see if I can get that out. The white, the black, purple, and green need 2 coats, 2 thin coats. So I'm gonna get that into the light. Let me just show you what it looks like so far and get that cured. All right, so going in with that second coat, again, just very thinly, just to fine tune and get that color perfect. Just gonna grab a little bit more off to the side here. I cannot get how, I just can't get over how pigmented these are, you guys. They're so nice. All right, so that is our second coat. Perfection. So the next one is a brown, and it is a really nice, just again, primary brown. And this is a really important color to have, you know, as a staple in your collection, because yes, we can make brown. I don't know exactly how to make brown, but I'm pretty sure if you just mix them all together, you'll get kind of a muddy brown. But if we're wanting to make any type of taupey colors or tan colors, we definitely need to have a brown. So it makes it a lot easier. If I wanted to basically take the light pink, for example, and add a little bit of this, I would end up with like a mauvey, taupey, pinky color. Or if I wanted to add some white to this and a little bit of red, I could make a tan color. So brown is definitely a very important color, so I was very glad to see that they added that into the collection. So I'm going to use the, I think, purple, red, orange brush for that. I'm just going to clean that off a little bit, grab my swatch stick, and apply the color. So let's see how this one goes on. Okay, yeah, definitely a 2-coater, so again, just need 2 thin coats. I really like the consistency of this. I'm curious to see with hand painting, you know, or drawing lines and things like that, how well it moves with the liner brush. All right, so that's the first coat. I'm gonna get that in the lamp. All right, and here we go, second coat. Get that on there. Yeah, perfect coverage. You guys, these are amazing. I absolutely love them. All right, I'm going to cure that for you. And the next color is pink, and it is a nice blushy baby pink. I would say, let me see, I've got two that I can compare it to for you guys. And I think that it's going to be fairly close to Angel Wings. All right, so I have Angel Wings and Pink with Benefits. So Pink with Benefits definitely has more of a on the purple side. I would say that this is very, very close to Angel Wings. It's a bit more on the peach side than Angel Wings. So if you have Angel Wings, it's just a smidgen peacher than that one. All right, so obviously, I don't know about you guys, but I struggle with pinks. So I'm really curious to see when I use this on a client how well it applies on a client, because on the tip here, obviously, you know, it's perfectly smooth. There's no imperfections. There's no file marks. There's nothing. So it's going to apply the best on a, you know, tip like this, which it does, like all the other ones. But pinks I just find are hard, even in acrylic. It's like they marble in acrylic, they shadow with gel. But I'm curious, I will try this on a client and see. So that's our first coat, going to get that into the lamp. All right, and let's go in with that second coat to fine tune everything up. And it applies very well also. All right, I'm gonna get that back in the lamp. 4 more left, so I've got the orange one, and again, a nice primary orange, really, really nice color. And let's get our first coat on there. Again, 2 thin coats. This one definitely needs a second coat. You can see how thinly it is and how it shadows there, how thinly, when you apply it really, really thin. But I will say, when I did my client's nails, it's not like it took me, you know, super, super long to apply it or anything, just because I had to do, you know, the 2 coats. I'm used to doing 2 coats anyways, but it's not like it was, you know, out of the ordinary, or I was like, oh my goodness, this takes way too long. The only problem is when you get all these little fuzzies, I really don't know where they're coming from right now, for real. I haven't touched anything. I don't know what's happening or why they're in here, but they are. So I'm gonna get that into the lamp. I'm just gonna show you close up how one coat looks. All right, and here we go in with our second coat. Really, really nice coverage as well. And the thing is, when you have these little bumps in there from whatever, little fuzzies or whatever, when you put the top coat on, it does smoothen everything out. So there's our second coat. Our next one is this yellow, which is so, so nice and vibrant. This is a perfect primary yellow, absolutely. And I'm going to go in and apply it. This one for sure, I'm guaranteeing will need 2 thin coats, but you guys, it covers better than any yellow I think I've ever tried. This is amazing. There's a little fuzzy again. And so you can see again, the yellow is pushing that orange through the brush here. Just flip it over, drag it, and then go back to applying your color, and I'm going to show you that one. So you can see there's a little bit of shadowing, but still really good coverage. All right, and going in with our second coat. Just gonna swipe that little bit off my brush with the orange there. All right, again, very nice coverage. Next, I'm going to do the silver and the gold, and I have a specific brush that I have designated for glitters, and particularly my Beamy leaf gels, my Joann's leaf gels. So I'm going to use that one for the glitters. So let's pop those jars open for you to see. So this one is the silver. And it is a super fine glitter. This is exactly what I have been looking for. So let's get into swatching this. Oh my goodness, you guys. The coverage on this is so nice. I feel like when Ginger described it in her video, that she described it as it was similar to like a leaf gel. I would have to disagree with her, just that I don't think it's like a leaf gel at all. It's just very much a very fine silver glitter. Now what I will say is, right here it looks fine. If I put my hand underneath, it looks fine. But what I like to do is create a shadow, because you can see there's actually a pocket right here, and if you're not holding it in the correct light, you cannot see that pocket. But you know, you probably could do one coat, but I would still do 2 thin coats just to make sure everything is covered so nicely. If you can get away with 1 thin coat, you definitely do so. But as I'm pulling the color onto the nail, I just see like it's got a little pocket right there. So I'm going to do 2 coats, but you guys, this is exactly what I have been looking for. All right, so I'm going to get that second coat on there just to kind of fine tune, make sure there's no pockets, no shadowing. And I think we have got it. Oh, it's perfect. And the reason I'm so excited is because I had actually been looking for a silver like this through Madam Glam in the gel polish, and I hadn't found one yet, but I do have a gold that is like this in the gel polish that I love. I'm going to get this in the light to cure. So the gold one that I have that I absolutely love is this one here called It's Not You, It's Me. It's my favorite gold gel polish that I've ever used. The gold in it is so fine and so sparkly, so pretty. So I am curious. I want to compare it to the gold gel paint and see how comparable they are. So I would say that the consistency of the glitter in it is exactly the same, but this is more of a champagne. This is more of a yellow gold. I am so glad that they are actually different, because I love the idea of having more of a champagne gold and a yellow gold with that super fine glitter. Yes, Madam Glam, you hit the mark. I am absolutely loving these gel paints. All right, let's swatch the gold one. Okay. Oh, so, so, so pretty. That glitter is so fine. But again, yes, you want to do 2 coats. I would say especially with these ones too, because of all the glitter, you want to make sure that that gel polish or gel paint is able to cure properly. Look at how nice that is, you guys. So pretty. This is perfect for all year. Christmas time, New Year's with black and white or black and silver. All throughout the season of summer you can use this. You could add this with flowers. Oh my gosh. And because the glitter is so fine in it, this is going to be a gel polish or a gel paint, excuse me, that you can definitely paint fine detail with, like line work or scroll work. This is amazing. And the last and final coat, I'm just going to apply the rest of this little bit of gold. And yes, into the light she goes. All right, you guys, so here they all are in their glory. And as you can see, once the top coat is on, they're very, very smooth. They're not shadowy. They're so, so nice. Absolute perfect colors. You could really make any color you want out of this whole palette. It doesn't matter what color. The only thing you can't do is, I would say, like neons, but you could make any color that you want out of all of these. So, so nice. Alright guys, that is it for this swatching video. Madam Glam has done it. I give these a 100% 10 out of 10. Now, I cannot speak yet for the actual wearability because I've only done the black on one client and I just did it this week, so I won't know for at least 3 weeks how well they wear. But as far as application, consistency, color, 10 out of 10. I absolutely love these and I cannot wait to use them more in my nail salon. So if you guys are looking for a gel paint product, I would highly, highly recommend these. And again, they came out with some new brushes as well. I cannot speak to the brushes, but I believe Ginger, yes, Ginger had the brushes in her video as well, so you could check out her video. I will link that below for you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with someone else. And as always, have an amazing day.